The way society is set up with the Industrial Revolution, with agriculture, all before technology, right? People were a necessary commodity. That's how GDP works. You have more population, they can create more industry, they can create more products, and then this is going to sustain your market growth. Now we have AI, which can do so many jobs of so many people, and we're cutting the market. So people are no longer collateral, they're no longer chattel, they're no longer useful for us or GDP, they're actually liabilities. So laying people off, tying their healthcare to their job, and criminalizing homelessness, as well as removing healthcare, is a form of population control and enslavement. They're basically trying to lay people off, make it so that they have no ability to work, that they have no ability to form homes and buy homes. And when these people are then on the streets, if they're healthy and can work, they will be put into jail and imprisoned, and they will then work for capital. And if they're unhealthy, they'll get sick and they'll die.
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Call Kadas Barakatah. Hey, Shalom. You know, it's me and the brother Azaria, man. Just doing a little on site, man. You know, just going over this video in post production, and what it looks like an AI video. So I'm speculating just because of the name tags and the type of mic, you know. But either way, the what's spoken in the audio has a lot of truth to it. Okay, and it was pointing out how the Industrial Revolution and things like that, and tying things in, you know, because you know we're prophets and we're out here to you know, speak on prophecy, and prophecy is to speak before, okay? And we're not out here to talk about fringes, borders, things that's already going on. So I want to read this scripture starting out the gate. Revelation 13:16, it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." And that's what time we're headed in, and that's what he was pretty much explaining. And if you was if you're being a man, Lord, or even just being circumspect and being a watchman, you could see the boa constrictor tightening its grip on the world, and you know how the boa constrictors work. Every time you relax, they tighten up. Every time you relax, they tighten up. And so they give you things, or they pressure you, they give you some type of alleviation, then a law legislation comes. You know, just like this this UBI, universal basic income. You know, you start looking for alleviation, or we'll give you this, you relax, and then it becomes a standard.
Yeah, because as he said in the video, at a point of time, you know, people were used as commodity. Well, now they have AI. So, you know, like the brother said, the video probably is AI, but it speaks volumes. You know what I'm saying? It speaks where, like the brother said, where it's headed into. And we can see that through the spirit, it was prophesied. You know, all of these things was prophesied through the spirit, and now it's being manifest. That's the thing. Now they talking about, you know, they got to make America great again, make America affordable again, make America healthy again. Well, if this country was so great, all of that should have already been handled. It should have been in play. But what it is like the brother said, as far as a boa constrictor, they give you a little bit and then they put a squeeze. Give you a little bit and they put a squeeze. And now people are kind of waking up to it, you know, more than ever. You know what I'm saying? Because it's right there in front of your face. Like I said in the lesson earlier, people are starting to feel, you know what I'm saying, the end. You know, instead of like just seeing it in a sense, because it's hitting their pockets, it's hitting their refrigerator, it's hitting their bank accounts, hitting their minds. It's like people be stressed the hell out.
I got two precepts. Habakkuk 2:3, it says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it surely will come, it will not tarry." And it speaks through the manifestation. All right. Let's see here. because I wanted to go into that second Ezra chapter 4 and 40. as well as a precept to double back that, or I think 4 and 39 technically. But it says, no, this is 4 and 40. It says, so he answered me and said, go thy way to a woman with child, and ask of her when she hath fulfilled her 9 months, if her womb may be kept. It's like if her womb may keep the birth any longer within her. Then said I, no, Lord, that can she not. And he said unto me, in the grave, the chambers of the souls are like the womb of a woman. For like as a woman that travaileth maketh haste to escape the necessities of travail, even so do these places haste to deliver those things that are committed unto them.
Yep.
You know, which is, what are we committed to? These prophecies that are meant to come to pass. Martial law, famine, the MOTB, okay, which is the Michael C. Hip, all right. War, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Knowing that heaven and earth should be dissolved, what manner of persons ought we to be? Just speaking in relationship to the other prophets that are speaking contrarianism and different things, and the vocabs and all these guys that may be distracting to other people. You got to understand what the will of the Lord is, so you can go according to it. Because Esau has an agenda, he has a conspiracy, and through that conspiracy, which means to breathe together. Con means with, to spire, like inspire, it means to breathe or air, okay? So when you breathe together, that means you're all coming together with one consent to do one thing as multiple aspects. And we like to, we was looking that up because we're going into the 10 toes, and the word confederation comes, or federation, which is go back to it, confederation, because cons means with. But if we can get that word federation, Baruch Kashah, because even in the the video, the guy was mentioning the the Industrial Revolution, and that was a conspired deal. The banking Federal Reserve System is a conspired deal. Education is a conspired deal. The medical atmosphere, all these things are conspired. It's not like somebody wanted to come up with something and it just was like a Lego piece that you stacked on randomly. No, these people sat there and said, hey, this is what we're going to build. They ain't say we're going to figure it out as we go, but that's how they're presenting it in history.
Yeah.
Is that, somebody, oh man, I found steel and I just want to make the whole world better by putting steel out there. No, man. These guys created Federal Reserve notes, created BlackRock, different military things, and went out and made deals with one side, sold them rifles, and then came back and sold another person the rifles, double the price. And, no, these people are conspiring, okay?
The definition of federation, it says, a federation is a union of states, groups, or organizations forming a larger body where members retain some autonomy while ceding central powers to a central authority for common affairs like the U.S. or Australia.
Yeah. So in the 10 toes situation, that's, prophetically, that's more talking about the stronger nations, the UN, U.S., Europe, things like that. And then you got the partly broken, which is the smaller nations, right? But in this sense, it is specifically for that, but the concept still exists within this because you got Edomites that they're confederate with the Amalekites, because it's not like the Edomites are in on it, but they're complacent. They're in agreement with it because it's beneficial to them. It's just like women's liberation. It ain't like a nigga woman sat down and said, yeah, I'm about to really show these niggas who's boss, so I'm gonna come up with this concept. No, Esau came up with the concept, and the Ndub was just willing to adhere to that fruit that Satan presented to her.
Yep.
Okay?
All over again.
Yep, all over again. You know what I'm saying? And this is what's happening in our people. Like not the scriptures, but there's a statement said that those that don't know their history are doomed to repeat it. And once you go into the Industrial Revolution, You know, we're past the industrial revolution. We're more in a technological revolution, okay? Which is happening before our eyes. The end is manifesting. You got the Georgia Guidestones. They're trying to depopularize the world. They're trying to they've been trying to do it since early 1900s. Okay? But they targeted Jake. All right? Now they don't need anybody. You know what I'm saying? But the point is that during the 1950s, they was using contraceptives, different things, tactics. The alphabet community is an aspect of it. You could go into the birth rate of you could say the U.S., the whole entire world, but mainly the U.S., the birth rate over the past 3 to 4 years has been dropping every year. Okay, and it's by design. They put their poison in the foods. They're creating ideas such as the alphabet community. A woman walking around being promiscuous, having all kind of rods in her, and she's catching diseases from it. Then she want to get cleaned up. Abortions, it's getting her ovaries scarred up. You know what I'm saying? And it causes things that it's against nature. And that's our people have drunk another wine of Esau. Via through his pseudoscience.
That's a beautiful point, brother. I had a couple precepts I wanted to get, because I often think about Esau, right? When he cried up for a blessing, he was given the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth, right? Mm-hmm. He was pretty much given a part of our blessing, but because now when it came to him, he said, let me see, Salakia. He was gonna be ruling by the sword. All right. Dang, where is it? Yep. Okay, so this is Genesis 27:38. It says, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. And that's why he has dominion right now. That's why he's in rulership, and he understands that, right? And that's the Lord putting him in that position. That's the thing that he don't understand. So he's doing what he can, like the video, the Industrial Revolution, and creating this AI and wanting people to just not be able to afford anything. Remember, he leaves no grapes, man. This man want to get everything. Like, there was an article talking about them taxing robots. Like, how the hell are you going to tax a robot? Like, you created the robot to replace humans. But he just has to get any and everything. It says,
it's like, I just want to say that in that fatness of the earth is his dwelling, and he had the blessing of the fatness of the earth as well, which is going to the resources. He's everywhere, and he's governing the resources, and the ultimate fatness of the earth that he's utilizing is the oil. Okay,
and it says, and by thy sword shalt thou live. And like you said, as far as the resources, now any resources that he don't have, how do he get them? By the sword,
by riches and by deceit. Riches gotten by deceit.
He'll set up and give weapons to, he'll set up puppets. He'll give weapons to the rebels, which they work for him. Or like we was just talking about, all of these different CIA agents and that going, way back, just a form of control totally, man. Yeah. And he's like a get down or lay down concept.
And I want to get this word, because we went to word fatness. I want to get in that word fatness, and it goes to mashman, and it goes to fatness, fat piece, fertile place, richly prepared food, fatness of fat pieces, oil, olive oil, fatness, stout, vigorous, fertile spots or places. And that's he's done it with oil. If you was they came over to the Americas for the fatness of the earth. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They came over here for gold. You know, they was moving and relocating Gad and Reuben and for the fatness of the earth. All right. From whether it was geographical spots, water spots, however it is, they was putting Gad on reservations to deceitfully acquire the fatness of the earth and the Americas, and they did it over in South America. They did it. I mean, not South America. They did it in South America, but South Africa, period. Because the Hamites are fighting back right now, and Mali, and Nigeria, Burkina Faso, or however you say it, and they're kicking all the French, and these people are having to go bankrupt. All right, but it's really all by design, because a lot of these companies they're all consolidating and going under the same beast system, and that's the thing as well, is that this, country is going to be against country, kingdom against kingdom, but at the end of the day, there's always a man behind the curtain. That's Amalek. All right, I was watching the other day where they had a Hamite on the World Economic Forum saying that how them going into AI and getting jobs for AI bots is going to help them keep up with the other nations. You know what I'm saying? And which it technically will as far as production, but you gotta, who you producing it for? You know what I'm saying? What you gonna produce it for the whole world? But I'm quite sure they got their plans, and in this, because at the end of the day, if humans are no longer an asset but a liability, then what is the asset? It's going to truly be mineral resources. Populations is not going to help you. We got this. We could do this much with this much manpower. When you got the AI robots that'll do it. So now the resource is going to have a higher value. So a lot of these countries probably trying to get in league, and some of them are just trying to bully. Like France and the beast, they trying to bully, and then you got Russia and them they gonna nice guy their way into it, and that's what's going on. A lot of these nations are choosing sides. They're stocking up. They're getting ready, and all of them are walking towards the beast system.
Yep.
Okay, and trying to not be held out of the loop, geopolitically and economically. They don't want to be a third world country heading into this new era of merging man with machine. This golden goose of a concept. Yep. You don't want to have to be paying all that money for oil. Everybody got Tesla cars and robot cranes, and you got to work off humans and shit. You got to pay. You really ain't gonna be able to keep up. That's like shit with the slaves, like the North and the South. They couldn't keep up because we were the AI robots of the South.
Damn. So
the North couldn't keep up. So they had to do what? They had to emancipate, was transfer them AI robots, aka the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, mainly the Negroes, into a government for the whole government instead of just the South.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's what's gonna go on now. So, but they're not gonna emancipate us. We are already under their jurisdiction. So what are they gonna do with us? Okay.
Emancipate you to a 15-minute city.
Yeah, you're gonna give you that UBI, and your UBI is going to be regulated based off your social credit score. You know what I'm saying? And that means you ain't going to be able to eat 2 cinnamon rolls.
Yep.
It's either you eat a salad, you can get a salad, some fruit, and a big old bowl of oatmeal, or you can just get you a donut for the morning. They're going to do your ass like that, man.
Yeah, because you got, like, other countries are practicing China for sure is practicing this. So it's not like it's too far-fetched, or we just we were conspiracy theorists, or we just losing our minds.
What China is really the standard of direction of where the whole world wants to go. Trump himself said that they're competing with China.
Yep.
Okay, and what does it mean to compete? Can you look at that, brother Babu Shah? Like what are you competing with China? Why are you sharing debt, selling debt to them? Why are you making deals with somebody you're competing with? Okay,
it says to enter or put in rivalry with, be in rivalry with, strive in common, strive after something in company with or together.
Yeah, so you're after the same agenda.
Yeah.
So if you're competing with them, that means you're trying to race to the same finish line. And China is ahead of you. And if you look at the direction China's going and how they're handling shit, for one, China's a communist country. Okay? And the way that they're going, the main reason why they're able to, I can't, I'm just speculation, me speaking as a man, I believe the main reason why China's able to do this, a lot of things that before America, is because of communism, because they can just do it and nobody's can't do anything about it. There's no legislative votes or anything. It's like, you're just going to do what we tell you. So, but at the end of the day, walking in Walmart, your face recognized, you know what I'm saying? They got your face. Then, you know, you're going through here, and then it's going to get to the point that you can buy things with your face, you know, Amazon baskets. All right. This is going to be a standard. They're doing their boa constrictor thing by getting you comfortable with Amazon, you know, but then when after a while, it's going to become a standard, just like using your debit card. It used to be a convenience, but now it's, you know, after certain pandemics and situations, now it's becoming a standard. You know what I'm saying? I feel sorry for homeless people. I know they like, God damn.
Yeah, ain't no what you. Ain't
Yeah,
no,
you gonna need a cell phone for niggas. Just sell me, man. You can't tap me. You know? So yeah, man. This industrial revolution, you know, was mainly they presented it as this way of making the country better and presented it to the citizens like you were going to benefit from it.
Yep.
Which living in the economy you are. Okay? When you know, fucking Ford and GMC has their power plants and they need people to make it and they got to pay them people. Yeah, you're benefiting. But then they move their stuff overseas, but then they still got little minute businesses and ideas and things they want to sell here, you know, because they still got to, at the end of the day, they're producing all these things. They still going to have to use it for other people, you know. But I got a nagging suspicion that they're going to lay off of the mass production. You know what I'm saying? Because why am I trying to sell everything when I own everything? When I own you, I don't have to ask you where to go. I don't have to, you know, it's going to get to the point that they can go to the Fiji Islands and we can't.
Yeah.
Okay?
You're going to really have the whole world. Like when you was reading the definition of that fatness, and I was thinking the land flowing with milk and honey, you know what I'm saying? And just, you have what you need. You have,
Yep.
you know, he's trying to make the world as that, you know what I'm saying? And just put everybody else in little areas. And he, just like they did during the 2020 situation, you know, how they going on trips. Fauci ass, he at the baseball game, but everybody else is locked up though.
Yeah, because that's what they be at balls, they be doing their thing, and the thing is that they had a guy that came out and said like they could put you in a pod and have your ass in this pod with the water and all that, and put that VR on your head. And put you in this pod, and you can smell the Fiji Islands. The water and the sand is gonna feel like you right at the beach. And you could just lay there, and it's like you never missed out. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to go. You know, boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like even with with like this guy Turkey, he's consolidating everything, but all the fights are starting to be in Dubai, and that had me on my spirit. It's like, well, what if he just takes boxing, UFC, and have it strictly in Dubai, right? And say you can come and watch it. But who can afford to go out there on their UBI? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you can't, you know, but don't feel left out. You can always watch it on TV, you know, and you know, people, Salaki, you
not gonna say bring it to you virtually.
Yeah, bring it to you virtually, where if you want to actually go to the fight, you can go and show up to this theater where they'll you know, use their Project Bluebeam. You know, and it's like, oh, it's just like you're there, and that's going to be your life. You know, They're gonna eat the real steaks. They're gonna eat the real, fish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna give us the 3D printed steak and fish.
Lab grown.
Lab grown and all that. Because the last thing that they're trying to conquer is mastering their bodies, mastering their health.
Yep. Trying to live forever.
Yep, they're trying to live forever. And that's why they're trying to merge man with machine and turn us into data. Once you turn yourself into data, you become infinite. Because if you die, technically, you can go into the database, and then just like that movie when you could just take that chip and keep putting it into the back of people's necks, and you're transferring your data into each cyborg, so you're technically living forever. That's what these guys want to do. All right, and they're gonna want that Jake youth.
Yep.
They're gonna come out this motherfucker. Because Esau already low key doing that, especially the Edomite women. They're crossbreeding with Jake anyway, trying to get some of that melanin, but they don't know that they're losing their heritage when they do that. The base Edomites. But you got something, brother?
Nuh-uh.
I wanted to get something else because we were speaking about Esau being in power, and you could tell that he's the devil, because it says, there's a quote that says, if you wish to know what a man really is, give him power. This is the supreme test. It is the glory of Lincoln that, having almost absolute power, he never abused it except on the side of mercy. And it's talking about Abraham Lincoln. But the point is that you give a man power, you'll know who he is. You know what I'm saying? And Esau, like the scriptures say, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And when the wicked rule, the people mourn. So you're seeing what he's doing with his power. He's trying to sell it. Okay? He's terrorizing people, blowing up boats out of the water, breaking his own covenants. That's war crimes. You're not supposed to be using your U.S. military on drug cartels, and then you like for one, you don't know if that's actual drug boats, and it could be, but that's hypocritical. How the hell did Forbes magazine get their riches? How the hell did Carnegie get their riches? You know what I'm saying? Through the Rockefellers, through the opioid, exploiting the opioid and exploiting China, selling them opium. Sell them so much opium that pretty much China started fighting back. And then when China just totally cut Europe off, Europe went to war, beat China, and said, well, you got to open your borders totally open, which pretty much lets us smuggle anything in there now. And it just pretty much said, nah, we gonna make you let us. We ain't gonna sneak no more. We're gonna make you write a law to let us in here and bring opium into your country and exploit you. You know what I'm saying? And they made money off that, and then they turned that money into clean money, and that's how you get like the Forbes magazine. That's how you got a lot of this, because these motherfuckers ain't just jumped up and got rich. Okay, they didn't come into some money. They had to get it in some type of way. They had to acquire it.
Yeah, it's always who you know, man. It's always who you know.
Yep. And a lot of these Edomites were coming back and forth between America and China and shipping off that opium, and made a lot of money, and then transferred it with their business partners and made banks, magazine companies, railroad companies, oil companies. Okay? Just like Rockefeller, that's what they did. They refined oil. They made their money from that opium, and then turned around and used that to create an oil refinery business. Ain't no different from fucking Birdman selling drugs and then making Cash Money Records and shit. But Esau would scoff you for doing that, but they do it on a way larger scale.
Yes, sir.
You wanna give your average drug peddler, life, 5 years per crack rock, but you out here destroying countries with opium, destroying the whole world at this point with the pharmaceutical market. You know what I'm saying? But just dealing with China by itself. But then you want to turn around and be shooting boats out of the water. Probably been doing deals with these motherfuckers, making an order and then shoot, placing an order like it's Uber Eats. You know what I'm saying? And placing an order and shooting their boat down. They probably be like, damn, bro, what the fuck you doing, man? You know, then get on the news and see him talking like that. You know, they're going to tell you to send another boat out, probably pay you the money, probably pay you double the money. You know what I'm saying? It could be all kind of wickedness because the serpent just constantly works like that, man.
That's what I was about to say. It's so much deception that he deals with constantly. Like, let me grab this real quick.
And while you grab that's a war crime, man. You're not supposed to use your military, the U.S. military, and doing it some people like that. You could, like I said, it's like, what, 1,500 miles from there to Florida? You can intercept them by boat. You can intercept them niggas by helicopter. Arrest their ass, provide some evidence. Because that goes into, I forget what, it's a form of lynching. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to see if I can find a proper definition, because a form of lynching is pretty much judging somebody without taking them to court. Okay? Let me see. Lynching inflicts severe but not deliberately fatal bodily punish someone without legal sanction. And in reference to such activity, which was likely named after William Lynch. Yeah, it doesn't say too much, but pretty much, there's a definition that said pretty much you're just judging them through affliction without due process. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they're doing, and they're trying to justify it by saying, "Oh, we're getting all of the fentanyl out of here." America. Somebody, I forget who has a patent on fentanyl. Can you look that up, brother? If you because people will just sit here and believe anything that the government tells you on TV, man.
They say fentanyl was first synthesized in 1960 by Belgian chemist Dr. Paul Janssen, with the original patent held by his company Janssen's Pharmaceutica, now part of Johnson & Johnson. While the original compound's patent has long expired, numerous other patents exist for different delivery systems.
And you got to follow the money, man. You got to follow the receipts. Okay, Johnson & Johnson. All right, when you go back to Johnson Johnson, you already know what that's going to lead back to. You know, you're going to get back to around Bill Gates and Rockefellers and Rothschilds and all the big wigs. You're going to end up going right back to them. Once you start hitting them companies like Chase, JP Morgan, you know what I'm saying? Certain, regional, national banks and shit like that. Hitting certain companies, Walmarts, Amazons. Now you're starting to deal with the henchmen of the people that work behind the curtain, you know? Is that it to that?
Kind.
Yep.
This is Joel 15:34. It says, "For the congregation of the hypocrites shall be desolate, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, in their belly prepared deceit." And that's how Esau is. It's constant deceit. It's constant bribery. Bribery is constant riches and ill-gotten gains. It's constant hypocrisy,
sorceries. Stand now without the enchantments, yep. Man. You sleep not, you gain no rest unless you cause something to fall.
Well, I that's what I had, brother.
I
had both of them. This is Micah 2:1, it says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in their power. It is in the power of their hand."
Yeah, and they got these legislations, they could, Trump out here just blowing up boats, bro. Not asking Congress or nobody, just doing it because it's in the power of his hands. And then just telling American people, yeah, man, I'm doing good. And the average idiot is going to be like, yeah, man, look that's a boat with fentanyl on it. That could kill up to such and such amount of Americans a day. Well, nobody says anything about these pharmaceutical companies. Nobody said nothing about these hospitals and the pharmaceutical company, the Dr. Fauci's, Dr. Oz, and all these motherfuckers that are telling you to get that jump shot, and it killed way more than what people, the deaths. If that was, if you let's say it like this, if you get the metrics on the deaths of that jump shot compared to ODs on drugs, I would like to see the numbers, man. But they won't even tell you the real numbers, But at the end of the day, it's going to be dramatically high. Yeah. There's I worked in hospitals, and there's a statement that people die from hospital-related diseases more than what they came in there for. Okay? But ain't nobody trying to go crazy and stop the death of that. All right? People are dying from vehicles. People die from a lot of shit. People die from a lack of exercise. Ain't nobody going ham on McDonald's.
Exactly.
Okay?
All of these places, you talking about make America healthy again, yet McDonald's is still up, Burger King is still up. All of this bullshit.
You should be putting tariffs on them.
Yeah.
You should be putting tariffs on them. You should raise the prices of their food, make it hard on their ass. Okay?
Yeah.
Make it hard on them to use all that fake human meat. Make real meat cheaper. Okay? They don't want to make America healthy. They just want to tell you that.
Yeah.
But they're going to give you something. They ain't going to just lie to you. Esau, a good liar. He going to have something that's so-called healthier than McDonald's Impossible meat. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have something lined up behind. They ain't going to just tell you something and not do it. And that's ultimately what, like I said, we're headed towards. They're consolidating everything. They're consolidating food. Ain't going to be no beef, chicken. Everything's going to be 3D printed. That's consolidated. Ain't about no goat. You want goat, you want anything. You can get it right here. Press 2 like a copy machine.
Yeah, bro.
That bit 2 and enter.
Like off of Fifth Element. They just put something in the microwave or whatever, hit a button, and then it's a whole fucking meal.
Yep.
Chican, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They want to do that religion. They want to do that with concepts of living. They want to do that with the housing. You go into these apartments, all the apartments is just cookie cutter, and it's the same. It's like a fucking prison. Yep. Like, god damn, you can't be an individual in the society, because it's really ultimately not meant for us to be individuals. You're supposed to just be workers, shut the fuck up and maintain the system. But now they don't need us to maintain the system no more.
Yeah.
But me personally speaking as a man, I think we are still needed. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing I could see that what we have that AI don't have is future data. They could probably predict some shit, but they can't, the AI can't create the twist again. Mm-hmm. It can't create, a meal from nowhere. It can't create things. It can only calculate. Okay? So humans are the ones that we create, even though they like to scoff at Jake, we the salt of the earth. Okay? You think AI is gonna make life enjoyable? You know what I'm saying?
Already taking niggas' jobs.
Hell no, man. Like, look, video games, fucking TV is enjoyable, but kicking it, running outside with your bikes and whatever you're doing, running with your homies, smelling that breakfast and your mom, the music, your mom, and them type of, that don't.
You can't get it back.
You can't get it back. That surpasses all that, man.
It's nothing compared to that.
Yeah, nothing can compare to the Lord's technology, which is the natural homeostasis of a human interaction.
Yeah.
From a sunrise, seeing the sunrise and the sunset. I don't give a fuck. You could simulate it. You could have everybody in jail and have a fucking Project Bluebeam sunrise in the morning, wake everybody up in the middle of the prison, make them think. They still know it's not daytime, man. Your body still is acquainted. When the moon, your body's affected by the moon. Your body's affected by the sun. Okay? Your body's affected when you hug your child. Your body's affected when you embrace a loved one. You know? Your body's affected by these things. Stress. The scriptures tell you about it. It was a Sirach 31. You know,
yeah, it's a couple spots. Yep, 31.
Tell you about stress and all that, and
knock thy mind over the heaviness.
Yeah, like it could shorten your life. You know.
Yep.
So there's like Esau's trying to act like if you take the life and make it technical and abundant, then everything's gonna get better.
Yeah.
Like if I just keep pressing a button, I just keep getting hamburgers, bro. It's gonna, you know. And Esau low-key knows that doesn't work because they did a scientific test with rats and they gave them a utopia and gave them everything they wanted, and it pretty much turned into a hierarchy and it got destructive. So when you put people in a place and give them what they want, you know, with no order, then they're gonna go crazy, which is what they're doing now. They're low-key doing it right now. And they're gonna try to turn around and confine everybody to a certain system, because right now you could do what you want. You can get your check, and everything is in abundance. You can go to a liquor store. You can go to a dispensary. You can go to a massage spot. You can go get some hose. You can buy some hose. You can go buy some food. You know what I'm saying? You could spend your money, and you could do dumb shit. You could be a philanthropist. You could do anything in abundance in this place, and it's the same utopia that they created. And they also low-key took back the laws with allowing you to be a alphabet. You could be a furry, okay? You don't have to go to school. You can go to school, and they give you a utopia without order, and that's why it creates hierarchies, lack of reproduction. You know, that's what was happening with the mice. They started grooming themselves. When naturally the male and a woman used to get together and they would groom each other. You know what I'm saying? So all the natural interaction of mice deteriorated because of an abundance of things. And that's why the scripture said, be not insatiable.
Yep.
You're supposed to have, it says, bridle thy whole body. You're supposed to know when to stop and know when to go. Okay?
Yeah, you get too much of anything, you're going to get burnt out, man.
Yep.
Because the Lord didn't create us like that. He didn't create the world like that. That's why you have so many different flowers and trees and smells and colors and people and personalities. Like,
that's why it's day and night, man. You can't be dealing with night all fucking day.
But that and that's the thing with the AI, with the humanoid robots. They all act the same. Mm-hmm. You know, they all act the same. They none of them got their little individuality. But man,
there's no way. They that's why I believe, like I said, humans will still be a commodity, because that's the only flavor that's going to exist.
Like
and especially Jake.
Court gesture.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get no more nay-nays. You know, the robot ain't gonna give you the nay-nay, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nay. Hey, shut the fuck up. Nay. Nigga stuck in nay mode, is over with. Can't plug that nigga. Hey, the grocery store losing it. You got your blueberries wilding out.
Shaking them out the bag and shit.
Come on, fuck Fester, stop it.
Oh,
man. Yeah, man. We you know, and Esau think this is life, man. Mm-hmm. Which he's trying to compete with, ultimately trying to compete with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And that's why everything on the left-hand side sucks ass. You know? Like the Lord created the apple, he created apple, but his apple don't got no nutrients.
No nutrients, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It give you cancer and shit, but it tastes like the taste and it's bigger. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You could fly in the air, but you could die low key.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
he pump up the chicken with steroids. Just let me get a
Yeah,
regular
man.
chicken.
Yeah, man.
What's
You
wrong
know,
with that?
you gotta put all that shit in the and then all the shit you putting in there may make it grow more and keep it safe. But when you give the land its proper homeostasis of rest, then you need 2 men to carry a bunch of grapes.
Yeah.
Just like I was somebody saying, and you know, Jake get on the internet and say some shit and sound deep, but it sounded it's true, like a rainforest. You know what I'm saying? Compared to a farmer's garden, you sitting there getting all these pesticides. A rainforest, strawberries existed before farms, nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They lived all the way up until this point. So it's not like it's impossible. It's that there's an ecosystem within growing vegetation. Okay? Squash will combat this. You know, this will combat that. This will combat that. And when they all grow together, like you know, I think like watermelon, squash, it makes it so bushy that big animals can't get in. And then there's another one that like something make one give off a pollen that runs off another animal, off another bug, and you just gotta grow it, and it doesn't look organized. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look lined up, and you can squeeze every fucking. I can get 80 strawberries out this row, but if I do it like this, I only could get 20. You know, that's Esau, man.
Yep. You want that 80?
You don't want to leave a grape. Like, god damn, bro. Like, you're gonna keep getting the strawberries. What's the fucking deal?
Yeah, as long as you take care of it, care of the land, you're gonna keep getting strawberries.
Yeah, but I could sell it. You know, and they don't have to work. And if they don't have to work, they can go and build something. It's like, man, why you always got to be greedy, man?
And then the nigga want to give you fruit in a different state that's not in season. Like, nigga, it's certain fruits that you supposed to be eating during certain seasons. That's why the Lord organized it that way. But you want to have them available all year round.
Yep. Surely you're turning of things upside down should be esteemed as a potter's clay, man. Yep. And that's why the Lord going to destroy this devil. Okay, this ain't because this nigga beat one of my favorite fighters or some lame goofy ass shit like that. No, this is because he's the devil and he has to go.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't, the earth is going to be destroyed. Look at the condition of the earth now. Look at the condition of the people. Motherfuckers getting heart attacks at 30 and 40 years old.
Athletes
getting cancer, athletes, soccer athletes,
why are these niggas dying?
Convulsing and shaking and falling on the ground.
That's why the Lord said the days got to be shortened or no flesh will be saved, man.
Yep. Man, Esau has no plan on saving any flesh, man.
I gotta get this, bro.
He's a parasite, man.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway, this is Proverbs 4:16. It says, "For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause something to fall."
And that's not a good neighbor to have, bro.
Yeah.
Like, god damn, you got to trick them. You got it, like, and that's what the society we're living in. You know, a woman and a man can't even be truly interested in each other without like, damn, and this motherfucker trying to get over me. This motherfucker trying to, because this how Esau Esau taught us this way.
Yeah.
Capitalism. Yeah. Oh, that person a duck. Oh, I could take advantage of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to eat Cheetos and play the game and then use her car to go run some plays. Like, god damn, like, what happened to working together, man? Like, what happened to being like genuine human beings and interacting and helping each other?
Yeah, like I was watching this video earlier today, and the chick was like, well, the dishes ain't 50-50, the laundry ain't 50-50, this and that, da-da-da-da-da. And the dude came back, he like, well, that's your duty. That's your duty as a woman, as the wife. He was like, the line ain't 50-50. When there's something broke around the crib, that ain't 50-50. When your oil need to be changed and I got to make sure ain't no shops fucking you over, that ain't 50-50. So everybody got their part, man.
Somebody breaking in the house, that is definitive motherfucker ain't 50-50.
You feel me?
You know, but Esau taught you that, oh, he could wash dishes. He got hands like you have hands. Mm-hmm. You have a mouth. You could speak like he could speak. No, there's an order, and the way of the Lord is peace.
Yeah.
The way of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is peace, and the way of the world is death.
Like when he told Eve, for ye shall not surely die. You know what I'm saying? She didn't lose her life, but all of the morals and all of the order and all of the chaos, well, that what came with it after was the chaos. Everything got disrupted, man. You
Yep.
know? Listening to the damn serpent, a.k.a. Esau,
Yep.
you know?
Yep. And that's the battle we're going against Jacob and Esau to this day, man.
I want
All right.
to get this last one, too. It says, for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence.
Yep. They eat the bread of wickedness, and when you go into you know, another word for wicked is to make something crooked straight. But I was looking up something as well. I'm looking up that word, wicked. Okay, wicked is the stream on the etymology. It says, not the etymology, etym online. Extended, it says bad, wicked, false. Okay, wizard, Wicca. Okay, pretty much illusions. Okay, lying and shit. Getting over on a nigga. Being slick. The small print on contracts. You know, that's wicked shit, man. That's wickedness. Like, it is what it is, motherfucker. You know? I can cure your heart, but you're going to lose a foot. That's wicked.
Yeah, yeah.
And the real wicked part is when you don't tell somebody and you trying to sneak in there at the end of the commercial. This shit can blow up your heart if you take two. If you ever lost your heart, just give us a call. And it's like, come on now.
You constantly hear about these entertainers that sign these contracts and end up getting fucked over.
Want to kill themselves.
Yeah, and it's like you see somebody has life and potential and passion in something and you just distort it.
Just
man.
drain it. Just drain every, you know, you got a voice. I'm about to get you doped up and I'm about to freak you out.
Yep.
And I'm going to make you sing the songs I want you to sing with that beautiful voice. I want you to I want you to tell all the world to snort dope with your voice.
Yep.
It's like, God damn, bro. Like, I wanted to like just, and I wanted to sing lullabies for kids. You know, and then when you get to that point where you finally make it to where you get to finally sing that lullaby, now you just so corrupted that you it's not the same anymore, man.
Yeah.
You out here looking like Jaden and Willow Smith and shit. And
Wayne.
all with Lil Wayne, you bugged out trying to make kids songs. You just ain't got it no more. You ain't got no good in you. You know?
Man.
They didn't let you made your ass have sex with a panda and shit. You know? Yeah, that motherfucker. On video, and now that shit bugging you the fuck out. I remember Terrence Howard said that. He said he don't go to those Diddy parties. It was like, hey, because that when you lose your man card, it's a wrap, man. It's a wrap. It's hard to recover mentally. You know, you gotta really believe that the Lord forgave you, nigga. Hey, you do some old shit, some old frivolous more activity. You gotta really believe in repentance, man, because that'll plague you, man.
Yeah. Corey Holcomb said it the other day.
Yeah, that's us, man. But so man, we're gonna leave it with that. With that being said, give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakadas, Barakathum. Shalom.